Hi, so if you'll remember, about 8 months ago, a little more than that even, I made this video. It was about the Stranger Things BC Rich guitars, and it did fairly well for what it is. Now before this video, I'd made 3 videos about BC Rich guitars. That was the trilogy, and I swore the day I uploaded the 3rd video to retire the series there, and I was fully prepared to, but people bugged me so much to make a video about those BC Rich guitars that I could hardly say no at that point, so I made another one. Again, that video is at this point more than 8 months old. Now, in the 3rd installment of my BC Rich series, I spoke about a man named Dave Cohen. Dave Cohen, as I was made to believe by Dave Cohen, ran the BC Rich custom shop from, 20-something to 20-something else. I don't remember. According to himself, he definitely had a higher up role at the company and worked for and with BC Rich for years and years, and he is now the admin of a large Facebook group called BC Rich Junkies. Now, Bill Xavier, the CEO of BC Rich, actually spoke with me on Instagram for a brief moment, and I believe that he actually told me that Dave didn't have as much to do with BC Rich as he claimed, but, be that as it may. A couple of hours ago, in the BC Rich Junkies Facebook group, Dave Cohen hopped on Facebook Live and said, "Hey, I'm gonna rant about an 8-month-old YouTube video that's been in my YouTube watch later list for exactly 8 months. I'm just gonna go off about 6-string TV for a little bit." So while yes, this is me breaking my rule of retiring the BC Rich series for the 2nd time now, making 5 videos instead of the trilogy I was going to leave it at, this is just too good not to have a look at some of it. This entire live stream was somewhere in the ballpark of 53 minutes long. I didn't watch all of it, I watched about the first 15 minutes, but I think we got most of the gold out of it. I'm actually surprised they accepted me into the Facebook group so I could have a look at this.
I'm really just gonna start off by discussing this little 11-year-old that thinks he has an opinion that matters about BC Rich, and the fact that I'm on here having to defend BC Rich should tell you guys a lot.
So yes, he introduced me as some 11-year-old kid. He calls me 11 years old a couple more times, like 5 times throughout the course of the next 3-4 minutes of the stream. It was somewhat funny and original the first time, gets quite old, but let's skip ahead a little bit and see what he has to say.
That being said, this little 11-year-old who thinks he knows about our company is out of his mind.
I'm out of my mind.
Completely out of his mind. The way I look at it is this kid just wants attention. He just wants to talk nasty. He's got nothing but Fender Strats behind him. Good for you, buddy.
There's a Muzima over here. There's a Kramer right here, out of frame. There's an Ibanez over there. There's a Washburn. That's not too far off from BC Rich. But there's a Holly Benton over there. A Gibson, actually. I see your point, though. There's whatever. It's all Fender Strats.
It's hard having so much background in business and branding and watch things that happened with BC Rich. Listen, I agree with you, Satch.
Right, so he rambles about, getting rid of people who are trying to make their guitars more expensive and whatever. Really, none of this stream is particularly coherent, and he says throughout the stream a bunch of times that he really, really should not be streaming at all, and, I couldn't agree more with that statement, quite frankly, but, you kind of have to skip through it to see the parts where he gets back to the actual point, the reason he started that stream, which is to talk about the video that I made.
Just to stop scumbags like this little kid from talking shit that he has no clue about. None. I mean, I see all those pretty guitars in the background. Can you actually play one? Because I got guys on my page, I got guys in my family that will roast you. Roast you. Will never make you want to pick up a guitar again.
Yeah, alright, you got guys, guys who can outplay me on guitar. That's fine. I know guys who can outplay me on guitar. My old guitar teacher, he can outshred the out of me. Jason Richardson, much better than me. Any social media guitarist who's moderately successful, probably better at guitar than me. I'm not denying that. I'm a big gearhead. I collect gear more than I practice. That's alright, cool. I've never seen you play the guitar personally, but that's alright. I'm not here to talk skill. I'm not here to talk anything. You're here to talk, so let's keep listening to your talk, I guess.
Then you're trying to slander me. First you're trying to destroy my company, then you talk shit about me, and I didn't even care that you talk shit about me. Didn't bother me at all.
Alright, he keeps referring to BC Rich as his company.
Stop f***ing with my company. Mine.
Let's get one thing straight, right? If you ever had some high up role at the company, that is now gone. That is ancient history. That is in the past. This is not your company anymore. It was never your company. It's not like you were the CEO of the company. You ran the custom shop, if anything. So BC Rich was never your company. It isn't now. And the fact that you keep saying you don't care if I talk shit about you, but you have somehow felt the need to come out of Facebook live stream retirement to talk about an 8-month-old YouTube video. I don't think I have to point out the irony in that.
Listen, little kid, you don't know the legacy of this company. You don't know the work and the blood, sweat, and tears that's been poured into this company over decades. Like I said, you're 11.
See, I don't know all of the legacy of BC Rich up until now. I know some of it. I'm a fan of BC Rich, you know, of their guitars and whatever. I'm just not a fan of how the company's being run and what they've been pulling in recent days and, you know, all of that. But you're right, I don't know the legacy of BC Rich, but you don't seem to know the legacy that BC Rich is going to leave behind once BC Rich is ancient history, which is that in its prime, BC Rich was fantastic, and past its prime, BC Rich was very much past its prime.
From ads? Have you even played a BC Rich? Let's go that.
I have played a BC Rich. I've played multiple just in guitar stores, not being filmed. But also, if you've done any research whatsoever, or just even watched my videos, my first BC Rich video, my first YouTube video ever, contains me playing and talking about a BC Rich guitar that I had right here on my lap.
You guys dropped the ball. You did 100%. 3 months after I was gone, you shit the bed at NAMM.
Alright, Dave, I'm addressing Dave directly now because, Dave, I know you're going to see this video. Either you're going to find it yourself or people are going to send it to you, and that's absolutely fine, and that's what I'm going for here. Now, you're talking about how the people who are running BC Rich now dropped the ball, how they f***ed up, how they shit the bed at NAMM, according to you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's all I said, alright? And then when I was supposed to talk to you, you kind of pissed the bed as well. But, you know, I'm not saying that I hate BC Rich guitars whatsoever. I love BC Rich. I love all of the shapes, the models, the specs, everything. I just don't like how the company is being run. Nobody does. Not even you, apparently. So I don't know why you're coming for me like this.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills the last few fucking months. Like if I didn't say anything, I was going to have another heart attack. My blood pressure right now is 182 over 123. Stop with me.
I mean, I can only agree that it does sound like you're taking crazy pills, but please do calm down. That blood pressure is not healthy, and I don't want you to have another heart attack. If you've had a heart attack before, if you're the kind of person who would be a candidate for a second, clearly, please settle down. Calm. I'm not trying to kill you here with my videos. I'm not trying to kill anyone. I'm not trying to kill your company. I make YouTube videos, all right? And you clearly took something I said very, very much too seriously.
But let's get back to this little jerk off. Who the and I hope he's watching. Who the do you think you are?
I'm Kalen from 6th String TV.
He's in Germany. Yeah, okay. I don't give a shit. You know what? Who wants to go on a road trip to Germany? Any concerts you want to see out there? Let's go take a road trip and go meet this kid.
Oh, great. Now he wants to come to Germany and kick my ass. Cool. I don't want trouble. I never wanted trouble. I never wanted to give you or Bill Xavier or anyone else a heart attack and kill you and kill your brand. I absolutely do not. I don't want to cause trouble. I swore to retire the series after the trilogy. I ended up making a 4th video, which would have been my absolute last if you hadn't done this live stream, and for some reason that video ticked you off so much that you decided to do this and now threaten to come here to Germany and kick my ass. You know, for some reason you don't seem to want me to retire this series. You want me to keep making videos trashing your company, even though you're so threatened by them that you came out of Facebook retirement, that even though you're not supposed to be doing this, you've been avoiding this shit like the plague.
I've been staying away from all of this like it's the plague.
So you're so threatened by my videos, but you don't seem to want me to stop making them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made this live stream, because it can't have had enough viewers to be anything significant. You wanted me to react to this.
I know. I'm waiting for the what is that? Okay, boomer. Oh, your mother, you little punk. I mean, go back to living in a basement.
Alright, so I can't say okay boomer, which is the stereotypical response from someone my age to someone your age that you would have expected, but you can tell me to go live in my mom's basement because I'm younger than you, which is a stereotypical response for someone who's 17 like me, who's obviously still living at home. So, alright, cool.
He wants BC Rich. He's jealous of BC Rich. That's why you see the row of fenders in the background.
He wants BC Rich. Yeah, you know what? I do want BC Rich. I want the old BC Rich back. I want BC Rich before you had your fingers anywhere near it and had anything to do with it. I want the old BC Rich back, the good BC Rich. That's what I want. I want BC Rich from before I was born, because that's the good BC Rich. That was BC Rich in its prime. Sorry for saying BC Rich so many times. It probably doesn't sound like a real word to you anymore. That's what I want. I'm not jealous of your company. I wouldn't be CEO of this company if you handed the role to me on a silver platter, because then I'd be the one responsible for putting out all the fires because of all the bullshit that the people who are currently in control of it pulled. I'm not jealous of the company, I just want the company back to the way it was, and that's the essence of all of the videos I've made so far. Please do understand that I'm not trying to piss you off, alright? The fact that I've caused you, like, heart palpitations is saddening, and that's not what I wanted. But also, it's on you, and you could be over it by now because, again, the video is 8, almost 9 months old at this point, and it's just old news. No one has talked about those BC Rich Stranger Things guitars in like half a year. I just felt like I needed to talk about this because someone sent the link to the live stream to me on Instagram. So, you know, have a good one. Like, subscribe, whatever. I guess I'll see you around for the next video.